Well, hello, it's Charlie. I thought I'd give you a video update as to how things are going here on the garage project. What you're looking at now is the front left corner of the garage if you're coming in the driveway. That part hasn't been dug down yet. If you look over on the other side there in front of the truck, you'll see the other corner just kind of put in there so I can make sure that when I dig that line down it'll be straight. So let me walk you down the line here. As you can see, it starts to go down into the ground, but this part up here I'm going to have to dig down so everything will be level when it comes ready for the concrete base. Walking down the line here, this is the 24-foot section of the garage, so it goes 24 feet back to this point, and then there's the 28 feet back section. This whole thing took me 4 days to dig. Would have taken a lot less than that, however, came across a bunch of tree roots. And there's our flag marking our corner of our garage, right where that pin sits down there. All the way down to that block down there is going to be the final corner of the garage. Let me show you what else we got going on over here. This whole back section, I've been pulling out tree roots, big tree roots. See, big tree roots. I even pulled out what used to be part of an old barn fence. So, as you can see, it's down underneath the ground level. We're working on a slope, so we're just kind of going with the slope here. And then, of course, when I excavated this last time, I pushed some dirt up underneath the shed here. But I figure I'm going to have the shed moved one day so I can put a concrete pad underneath it. Because there's times where you're walking through the shed, it will kind of bow and buckle a little bit because there's nothing underneath the floor other than what they use to load it with. So it's a little bit unstable. As you can see, I got a little bit of rock there. I may use that rock for backfill. I haven't quite decided yet. Of course, right there's what I ended up doing when I took the gravel out of the backyard and dropped it right there. But as you can see, it's going quite well. I'll show you what I've been doing with the dirt. I've been building up this hill in front of the house because it's steep, and every year it gets harder and harder for me to mow it. There's our next project right there, our walk path. It's got to be dug down, and it stops right about where that mound of dirt is right there, right by the car. We're going to pull out that tree stump. And we found another tree stump in the yard right there. I almost tripped over it one day. You can see, I guess there used to be a grove of trees across here one time, or at least the fence line there used to be the trees. Not really sure about that. But as you can see, this is what I've been doing with my dirt. Building up the hillside. I'm going to eventually be either leveling the ground out or using that for fill somewhere else. I'll show you. Here's our other project we're working on. We got to level this sidewalk out here. And we got a corner pin there for our gate, our rebar place for our fence post for the front fence. We've got our front corner fence post dug in right there. Ignore the string, that's the neighbor's way of trying to piss me off. It's not working though. There's another post right down there, another rebar. And that's the tree stump I'm ripping out in about a couple of weeks. That way I can put my final fence post in. Right there is where a future fence post is going. The pin in the back is actually how far from the front pin. The front pin marks the boundary line. I'm going 4 inches behind the boundary line. And here's another one right here. Here's one of my fence posts that I put in just recently. Got it down and marked, ready to go. And we'll walk down a little bit further and you'll see another one here. Yeah, there's about 13 posts, I think, going down this line. And there's another future post. And then we come to our back area here where we've got our cinder block, which is slowly diminishing. The rest of the block should take and finish the wall. If it doesn't, then I'll just have to go get more block. But that's what we got for our projects going on. So if you have any questions, go ahead and comment. And we'll talk to you later.